surprise US trade deal with Japan has sent shares in Tokyo to a one-year high. It's Wednesday, 23rd July, and here's what you need to know. Japan has struck a surprise trade deal with the US that would see crippling tariffs on Japanese car makers lowered to 15% in exchange for $550 billion of investment in the US. Japan has also promised to buy more US agricultural exports like rice. It's a victory for Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba, although local media is now reporting he plans to resign after an election defeat at the weekend. Our number of the day is $55 billion. That was the value of Japanese car exports to the US last year, a trade that's nearly all one way. Shares in Toyota jumped more than 14% this morning, and Honda's more than 12% on the back of that trade deal news. US car makers aren't happy though. Cars they produce in Mexico and Canada will still be subject to that 25% tariff, even if they use a lot of US-made components. Our stock of the day is General Motors. It says those tariffs took a $1.1 billion hit out of its profits in the last quarter, and it expects the impact to get worse. GM has calculated the cost of tariffs over the whole year at between $4 and $5 billion. It imports about half the cars it sells in the US, mostly from plants in Mexico, although it is moving production of some of its most popular pickups to Tennessee. Our chart of the day is Tesla. That stock is down nearly 18% this year as investors haven't been very keen on CEO Elon Musk's move into politics, and later it's expected to report its worst results in more than a decade. Musk's association with President Trump has put off buyers around the world, and markets are still waiting to hear when the company's robo-taxis will be ready for rollout. Musk has, of course, fallen out with President Trump in recent months, but he hasn't moved away from politics. Lately, he's announced he's launching a new political party. And watch out too for LVMH. That stock has fallen nearly 27% this year, and fashion sales are forecast to be down 6% year on year. Its marquee brands like Louis Vuitton and Dior make their products in France and Italy, and President Trump has threatened the EU with a 30% tariff that would kick in next Friday. Talks between the US and EU are still ongoing, but latest reports say the Europeans are preparing for no deal if Washington won't compromise. And that's what you need to know this morning.